everybody, it's Vanessa from Big Life Journal and welcome to Mindset Monday. This week we're talking all about helping your kids reduce their anxiety around testing. It could be end of year school testing where you are, standardized tests could be coming up, final exams. And even if your school's already had testing, you're going to want to bookmark this article for future reference because there's a lot of great simple tips and ideas that you as a parent or teacher can implement and work alongside your kids to help reduce test anxiety. So we have 5 ideas on here and I'm just going to talk about like maybe 2 or 3 of them. The first one is to put tests into perspective, and that's sort of what our printable will go into. You really need to do this. Yes, tests can be important, but they're not measuring everything about your child. They do not determine your child's self-worth. They do not determine if your child is a good friend or curious or an adventurous learner or anything like that. So it's really important as the parent, as the teacher, to put these tests in perspective and to share this with your child, especially if you have a child who maybe tends to be perfectionist or has massive anxiety around the test. So I just want to point that out first. Secondly, teach them calming strategies. And we have a bunch in our article. Work with your child. Don't just assume you know what their calming strategy would be. Work with them to find a few things that work best for them. The last thing I just want to point out is to really make sure your kids are feeling as best as they can physically the day of their test, and that starts the night before. Getting a good night's sleep, with a good bedtime routine. We have some tips for a bedtime routine that we'll link to in the article. And then when they wake up the next morning, play some encouraging music. We have a Big Life Journal Spotify music list, having a healthy breakfast, keeping them hydrated, and maybe getting some movement in to move their bodies, which is really important for learning as well. So on that note, let's take a look at the printable. So you're going to get this summary of our article. And again, I encourage you to read the article because that's really where all the details are. And these are just 5 of the steps here. And I talked about putting tests into perspective, the calming strategies, and then helping them feel their best. So this is a great little cheat sheet of sorts. And then we have this really beautiful poster. It's 8.5 by 11 here, and you can print this out and really just walk through this with your kids. I love it. It says, tests can't measure my, and it's all these things that tests cannot measure. Maybe glue it to the front of a notebook, hang it in multiple places. There's just so many great things on this poster to really boost their confidence and to make them see sort of the bigger picture here when it comes to tests and when it comes to what tests cannot measure. So I hope that was helpful, and let us know what you're doing to prep your kids for end of year testing, standardized testing, whatever, it's called in your school district. And, check out this poster, print out multiple copies, get creative with it. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you think. And I hope everyone has a great week.